Alright, welcome to my channel, guys. This is our second live video, and Jim is here again helping me with doing it today.
Hi guys, I'm here to be chatting to you as well.
And well, he has his little camera as well, and today you'll be able to see him. So welcome everybody that's here. This is our new house. If you haven't seen my last two previous videos, we are finally in our new house here in, well, San Juan de Espí, or in Barcelona, after many months of moving and fixing the house and renovations and everything else and painting and etc, etc. So, you know, at least we're done with all that mess. And no, I'm very happy to be here. Jim is happy as well.
Just before we get too carried away today, can we get everybody who's watching this? Hey, Matt's here today as well, by the way. We've got Miriam, Maureen, Uncle Matt. Hey Matt, how's it going, mate?
Hey guys.
Can everybody give us a bit of a thumbs up on the sound? Because I just want to make sure that you can hear me when I come on, and you're hearing James nice and clear as he moves. Because James is on a wireless mic, so no matter where he moves in the kitchen, you should be able to hear him. So if everyone gives me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. I know we've got the girls over here in the lounge with us, but they haven't got no volume on, so they can't give us a thumbs up. So everyone, give me a big thumbs up. Echo. Don't worry about the echo on me. I'm on a different mic, so you're going to have a little bit of an echo on me. But you can hear me. That's all I'm looking for. Yeah. We've got Pulo Bing Survivor in the chat as well.
Oh, very nice.
Sound is quite loud for me, but I'm listening on headphones. Well, I can turn me down a little bit because I am quite loud. Okay. How's that? Now, James, what were you like?
Well, if everyone can hear me, it's all right. I have it on my little lapel here. If it's okay, if it's not too loud. It's going to be a little louder though when I'm cooking and when I'm messing around, and I have to try not to hit the camera because I have a camera right here with me in the kitchen, and the leg is in the way. So. And this will be fun. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll leave you in James's capable hands for the time being, and he'll explain what we're going to be doing today.
Right. Okay, well, for the long intro. So guys, today we're going to be making an easy dish because, again, this is our, second video, and this is also the first time here, so we're trying to work all the bugs out. So we're going to make something easy. We're going to make Eggs Benedict, but with a little bit of a Spanish twist. I'm going to use a baguette because, well, I'm not making English muffins again.
Maybe we should have had Matt to make his muffins and bring them over, right?
Yeah, we should have. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of Serrano ham instead of Canadian bacon because we're in Spain, and then the traditional, Hollandaise sauce and poached eggs. So we're going to get started with it. Yes? Yeah. Yeah? Everyone's hungry? Ready to eat?
You are.
Okay. So anyway... first, instead of getting clarified butter, I'm just going to take a normal stick of butter and we're going to separate the butter. It's going to separate by itself. Just melt it. And while that's working, we're going to heat up some water for the hollandaise because we're going to make a little bain-marie. Which burner? Put the big one.
Does it sound a little bit better now? Matt, you can turn down your headphones, right?
Yeah. And just so everyone knows, there may be a little bit of an echo here because I have the canopy above me, the hood, and as well, all the fire and everything else. So guys, I hope everyone's doing well. There's been a lot going on here in Barcelona. In a few weeks, all of us will be, anyone will be able to travel again back to Spain. So it looks like everything is opening up again here in Spain. The sun has been out except for today. Wind is quite bad actually. It's horrible weather today, but the past week's been nice. And well, hopefully we'll get to enjoy the summer. Aye. And Jim, you want to discuss a few things as well? What's happened for the past few months with you?
Well, I've been rather busy, but I haven't been on YouTube, as probably some people who follow my channel will know. But I've been doing a little bit of a side project. I've been actually streaming on Twitch, actually having a bit of fun on there, playing some games, having a bit of a laugh, growing a bit of a community. Yeah, it's all been good. But yes, it's so good to be back here with James and doing this again. Obviously, as you can tell, we're still trying to work out a few bugs as we are experimenting with a new location. So, you know, the white balance might be a little bit off. I might need to bring a light on James next time, so we're like lighting up his front, looking at this, but you know, it's a work in progress. We'll get it better every time, guys.
What I want to do is, hopefully, because it will be nice here for the summer, I don't know if we can yet with the communal, rules and everything, but I would love to do a barbecue on the roof, because we have a massive roof, and we also have views of the entire area, which if we can do it, would be awesome. If we can't, well, we'll be stuck with, we're on the top floor, so anyway, we have a few views.
So, kitchen with Shanzi says hi.
Hey, I'm doing very good. But yeah, Jim has been streaming recently, and I've been trying to follow him. I've been a little busy with everything. But he has an excellent Twitch account going, so if you're into gaming, I would suggest checking Jim's channel out as well. I have his link in the description. Yeah, so it's easy for you guys to follow him. And then he wants me to start doing it as well. So with my free time, I'm going to be trying to do this on Twitch as well. We'll see how this works. Okay, so the butter has split. I turned off the heat. We're just going to let that settle. The water's heating up. And while that's going on, I'm going to split a few egg yolks because we're going to make the Hollandaise sauce first. So we're going to use a few cracked egg yolks.
And as always, if you've got any questions, just shout them out to me and I'll shout them across to James in the kitchen. Yeah, just keep chatting, guys. I'll be here all along.
Yeah, well, it's still a little strange for me doing the live videos because I don't have any response to, anything. Because I can't see anything, and I'm alone in the kitchen. So I have to imagine that everyone's talking, and I don't have a little thing to see the chat either.
The world is watching.
Yeah, I know the world's watching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like 3 or 4 egg yolks because there's quite a few of us today. I need to make a lot of bennies. And if you want, you can save the egg yolks as well. I'm just throwing this into one bucket right now, one bin, because it's easier to do with everything.
So, how is everybody today? Where are you from, by the way? I mean, I know that Uncle Matt's from the UK. I know Maureen is because that's my mum. But yeah, where are you guys from? And as we're doing a bit of a breakfasty, a very traditional English breakfast, as some people would say. I know Matt would probably agree with me on that. But like, what's your favourite breakfast? You know, what do you like to eat? What are you making?
We're making Eggs Benedict. Spanish Eggs Benedict. A little different.
And we have Greta Amores in USA. Says hello, everybody.
Oh, very nice.
And Cooking with This Guy. You know Cooking with This Guy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah? Oh, he's from Dublin, Ireland.
Aye.
Top of the morning to you.
I know.
Well, top of the afternoon to you.
It's been years since I've been to Ireland. I miss Ireland. It's beautiful. I remember going to Cork, going to Dublin when I was like 7 or 8. I really want to go back to Ireland. I really do.
As we know, Matt says he's in rainy Somerset.
I haven't been there actually. To some extent. No, I haven't been to Bristol.
Oh, very nice.
I know. I was too busy when I was in London working all the time. I just went because my family lives in Aldershot, so I was always going from Aldershot to London, back and forth. So I miss England though. Hopefully this year we can make it up there. See family and friends.
Rainy Derbyshire, Mum. Yes.
Yeah,
I hear you.
a nice rainy day in England is a normal day. Here, that's why we moved here, because we have sunshine, except for today, no?
But yeah, guys, what do you like to cook up or not cook up for your breakfast? Do you like a cold breakfast, a bowl of cereal, or do you like to cook up a full English breakfast or American breakfast? Or what's your poison?
What's everyone saying?
They're just telling me where they're from and what the weather's like at the moment.
Alright, well, normally in Spain, when I was living and working in the US, normally I'd have a normal breakfast for me, so sausage, eggs, toast, etc., beans, whatever. England too, same thing, ham, bacon, eggs, sausage, whatever. Here, the breakfast and cereal too, and here it's a little different. I still have cereal, but here what they normally make is, you can have basically it's a sandwich for breakfast, you know, with a little bit of jamon serrano and a little bit of tomato, which is pan con tomate, and that's it, which is bread with tomato rubbed on it instead of the actual tomato slices, a little bit of ham, and literally that's it, maybe with a little bit of cheese, a little bit of olive oil, you know, a little bit of salt, depends if you want extra.
Goes for the cereal in the morning.
Me too.
He says he does love a good fry up as well.
I love muesli, so I typically have that for breakfast because it's quick and easy.
Miriam says she likes churros con chocolate.
Yeah. No, they're popular here too.
Very
Those
fat.
churros, yeah.
Not a very good breakfast choice there, I must say.
No, that's fine. All right, so water's hot.
Matt says he's had cold leftover Chinese takeaway a few times for breakfast.
No pizza, no leftover pizza from the other night.
I do actually love cold pizza, like the next day's
Yeah,
pizza. I think that's
me too.
amazing. Yeah,
A lot of
Tastes
people.
better, I think.
I know some people that hate it.
I don't even warm it up. I just
No.
take it out of the fridge and eat it.
Yeah, so do I.
amazing.
It's cold. It's great.
It's
It's
amazing.
easy. All right, guys. So there are a few ways of doing this. You can take a pot normally to make a béarnaise or Hollandaise sauce, put it right on the fire and make it. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be using a bain-marie, and a bain-marie is a water bath. So we're going to be boiling the water. The steam, this is another thing. The steam will cook and heat the eggs faster than water because water will boil at 212 or 100 centigrade, and steam is hotter than water, so it's going to cook a little faster. So with a cloth in your hand and with a whisk, and then with your egg yolks, as you can see, on the second camera.
Thanks to Mike and Lauren Adams for the subscriptions there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle Mike and Lauren. I miss you guys a lot, and I miss my cousins as well. I miss all of you. I hope Grandma's doing better as well. Hopefully this year. I wish we could do a lot of traveling this year, but still, we'll vamos a ver. We'll see if we can do it or not. So I'm going to put this on low, and to make the hollandaise, it's very important that you just want to heat the eggs. We're not scrambling. So this is where very little heat will cook the eggs to the point that they become, more like a ribbon stage. And I'll show you what I mean by that a little later. So this is very, very delicate. And it's very important to keep stirring this. And if any of you are interested, I made a video about more than 6 months ago when I was in Malaga with my aunt and uncle on how to make crab's Eggs Benedict, which is a very, very good video. It's a little long, I'm sorry about that, but I show you a lot of tricks and techniques on how to break crab down if you have a whole crab. And if you don't, then skip that part, and at least I'll show you how to make hollandaise, which I may be able to explain a little better than today because I only have 2 cameras on me. So,
In all fairness, this is more fun though, right?
yeah. No, this is more fun because the problem is with a normal video that you cannot, you cannot talk to everybody live, right? So you have to do everything pre-recorded. And one thing, Jim, you can see or not? Okay. It's very important. I'm going to be taking this on and off the heat, and you want to keep working it because you do not want to scramble. And as you see, it's starting to thicken. This is what you want. Yes? So just on and off until you get to the right consistency.
Matt says this is how I make my hollandaise because it's very on.
Oh, thank you, Matt. No, well, my dad taught me this way first. My dad grew up in London, working at the Dorchester, old school, all French techniques. But it's funny, when I worked in France, they don't use any of these techniques anymore, so I guess this is old school, and it's not what they teach right now in France. But it still works.
Just do a quick shout out, by the way, to the people in the chat. If you're not following Uncle Matt's cookery lessons, there's another great chef. We've done a collab between me, James, and Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely awesome guy. Recommend you go follow him as well.
Matt did, what did he do? He did chicken? No, he did chicken galantine, didn't he? Yes. Yes, he did.
You went, well, you way above and beyond that one.
No, I was having fun that day.
8 hours of fun.
Yeah, no, I know, but I was having fun. Well, a lot of things take time.
Yeah.
Alright, so the eggs are starting to thicken. Still, it's not thick enough. This is still too runny, so we keep going. No, but that was a fun video. That was a fun collab.
I got off easiest there, I think, with my roast chicken. than both you and Matt.
No, it was a lot of fun. We need to do it again this summer. Hello, everyone.
Where are you from, Easy Recipes, by the way? Let us know where you're from.
So if anybody has any questions about how to make hollandaise, ask away because now's the time. No, it was good fun.
The funny thing was that people didn't get to see the outtakes that I sent to you guys, which was probably funnier than the actual main intro we did for that video, when we kind of started and I did the intro and then everybody, James and Matt, didn't even realise we were starting. And I'm like sat there waiting for them to do their bits and we're going, oh, we started? Oh, okay.
Well, it was all Jim's idea as well. You know? And, yeah?
How long does the whole process take? Can I use a machine for that?
No. Yeah. No, this is no machine, by hand. Look, the thing is, making this, if I wasn't right now doing this when talking to people and making everything, I can make the hollandaise and the beni and everything else in 15 to 20 minutes, everything. Absolutely everything. But since today is just, well, we're having a little bit of fun, Jim's here as well with his wife, and everybody's here, my girlfriend's here as well, and I'm cooking for a lot of people, and I'm talking to all of you. It's going to take about an hour.
Yeah, the girls just over there like chilling while James does all the work in the kitchen, and I just get to sit here and talk to you guys, so yeah, it's like, say hello girls. Hi! There they are.
Alright, so once the eggs, it's not hollandaise yet, but once the eggs get thick, they're starting to thicken, and you can't get a close up, no, but once you start seeing this like ribbon stage where they're starting to hold this ribbon, where it's not disappearing as quickly, this is the point that we're ready. Yeah, well, you thicken it because, alright, it has scrambled a little bit because of the steam on the outside of the bowl. That's a no-no. But the main part of the egg is creamy, and this is what you want because this will turn into a nice hollandaise. No.
Margaret's make and bake. Say hi, James. Good to see you live feed.
Oh, thank you for coming and showing up. I honestly appreciate everybody supporting me. It's been a little hard the past few weeks with all the works and everything to continue, well, doing videos and everything else, but, you know, we try little by little, and hopefully we will be doing more of these later on and through the summer, and, well, on top of all the other videos and everything else. Alright, so now's the point that I need to figure out how I'm going to do this with the camera. Jim, good?
Where the small ring is the best. I mean, I can see everything.
Here.
Yeah, that's the best place, yeah.
Okay, alright, well, give me a sec, yeah? We're still working all the little kinks out. Alright, so as long as I don't turn the fire on, we won't have a... Okay, well...
Up to where the rings are, yeah? Slide it to your left.
No, that's alright. I'll tell you what. So I don't make a mess on camera, yeah? So, alright, we're gonna put it here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right up to the rings, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna put it here. No. Alright, there's a little... If you have extra hands too when you're doing this, grab somebody. That's because otherwise, right now, I don't have extra hands And I need a wet cloth so the bowl doesn't turn. Another little trick, whenever you're on a slippery surface, take a wet cloth, put it under the bowl, and that way it shouldn't move as much. Yeah? Alright, so now the other thing, if this is too thick, you can add a little bit of water, just a little, to thin it. Now we're going to start the emulsification with the butter. Yes, so you only want the clear bit of the butter because the butter is split. And we're going to add, let's see if I can do this single-handedly. Jim, you may want to come over here and hold it. No, because I don't...
I can't change cameras, I'll do that.
No, come on. Because the problem is, honestly, I don't have a heavy bowl, and this is a little, the bowl's a little light.
Here comes the real beauty of the...
Okay, hold this.
Yes.
No, just one hand. Hold it there. Okay, so...
Don't burn our hands, right?
No. So, when you're doing this, you want to... It's better having two people doing this. You want to add a little bit of butter at a time. Yeah? It's making any emulsification. It's very important to continuously add little by little. And after you add a certain amount, after it starts to thicken, you can start adding more and more and more, a little faster.
It's like making alioli, yeah?
Huh?
It's like making alioli with the olive oil and the eggs.
See, but you're not this time you're heating the eggs up first.
Yeah, it's like cooking.
And normally when you make a hollandaise, just so everybody knows, it's a lot of exercise. Yeah? Because again, you can't use a machine for this, it'll split. Or a little, you can go a little faster. You just don't want to add. Yeah, you don't want to split it, because you can otherwise. Hold it. Yeah? I'm doing this with one hand. Okay, that's it. Yes. Alright. So, this is too thick. We're going to add a little bit of lemon. We're going to add a little bit of salt as well. Yeah? A little bit of salt. A little more. And...
Matt says, have you tried sticking a bowl in an egg saucepan with a cloth below to stop it wobbling?
Yeah, no.
Saucepan, cloth.
Yeah, no, that works. It does. I'm a little out of it today. We've had a lot going on. I'm going to take a
pressure
little
of
bit
live
of...
streaming, eh?
I know. You can take... Alright, now you can either do one of two things. You can do a reduction of vinegar, or you can add a little bit of lemon juice. And yeah, these are actual lemons, yeah? Spanish lemons. They're massive. Just roll the lemon, break it up. Voila. Take a little bit. Just gonna add a little bit of lemon juice, not much. I'll save that for later. Now this isn't going to be perfect yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of water. And you're going to thin it. Now this is the point that you can continuously add butter to increase volume. You just add a little bit of water to thin it, and then you add more butter to thicken it. It's the same principle for making the dressings and anything else, unless you start with a lot of eggs, because again, it depends on the ratio that you're making. But for about 4 servings, more or less, this is perfect, more or less. And if you want, you can add a little bit of cayenne pepper, or in my case, a little bit of pimenton, since I don't have cayenne. Huh? Have to substitute.
Yeah, they don't like things too spicy here, right?
No, here, spicy food is not as popular, although they do use a lot of pimenton, which is paprika.
But yeah, Matt, the fruit here is pretty cheap as well. It's so cheap, we got a big bag for free yesterday. It's even better when you know somebody who's got a big lemon tree, and you can just go and grab your own. Yeah.
The thing is, though, is that the past year, the prices, normally it is very cheap. The prices have gone up a little bit this year. I've noticed on everything. All right, so now, one or two things. The Hollandaise is ready. Now, what we do normally in the kitchen is we have another pan. You can set it up with hot water or whatever, or gastro or anything. You can set a little bowl or another container with a Hollandaise sauce in there to keep it warm, so you can serve it hot. I'm not going to worry about that right now because I can just reheat it super quick. So now we're going to poach the egg, and then we're going to cut some bread at the same time.
Margaret says she's loving the new black work surfaces.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's easier to find all the spots to clean. No, it is. All right, we're going to heat that up. A little bit of Hollandaise. So, Jane, when's your next stream?
My next stream will be Tuesday. That's on Twitch, by the way, for anybody that's just joining in. You can see me make a fool of myself on Twitch. If you look on Super Nintendo, that's my channel. But yeah, I'll be back on, actually playing with my son, Luigi's Mansion 3, if anybody likes gaming, that is. I know that most people who like cooking don't follow games, but I'm a big gamer. And so is James. He's an amazing gamer.
Oh, thank you. Well, I haven't. Yeah, I used to play a lot. I used to play more than I do now. I've been working a lot as well. So, like I said, this time I just got a little baguette because we're going to be using this instead of the English muffins. And I had to get this yesterday, so it's not fresh, because here, not many things are open on a Sunday, since today's Sunday. It's very hard to find like bakeries and everything open, unless, well, if you make it your fresh bread yourself, you can do it. So we're going to toast these little pieces.
Who would love to say, I never seem to make enough Hollandaise.
No? Well, just add a little more butter, add some more eggs.
Well, am I right in thinking, like with Hollandaise and the eggs, it's like, because like once it starts emulsifying, it's like you can get a lot out of your eggs, like you can keep growing and growing.
No, okay, there was if I remember correctly, this was a long time ago, Heston Blumenthal, if you don't know who he is a very famous English chef, yes, very, very famous. He owned the Fat Duck in England, and where was that? It wasn't in Bath, it was...
It's outside of London, I mean, my
yeah.
tell us actually.
So, anyway, he's into science. He's a geek for science and everything. And he did a test one time. He took one egg yolk, and he did an experiment that one egg yolk can hold up to, I think it is 6 gallons.
Yeah, I remember that.
6 gallons, I think it is, of liquid, of oil.
Yeah.
One egg yolk. So, you know, when recipes call for like 5 or 6 egg yolks, it's just to add a little bit of volume, but...
That says fat duck was... Oh, he took it back. He said Maidenhead and then he deleted it, so... I think
No.
he changed his mind.
No, I had an interview for the Fat Duck when I was in London.
Is it Ray Maidenhead?
Yes, that's right. I had an interview. It was my first week when I arrived to London, and I was working so much because it was a 2-day work period, and I decided I just couldn't do it because I was still working for Marriott at the time for Berners Tavern in London. So my goal was either my goal was either to continue working in London with Jason Atherton, or change jobs and go work either at the Fat Duck or another place. And then my goal was actually to come here to Barcelona, and it made things easier just staying in London at the London edition, and then transferring down here when I could transfer, when there was an opening position at Hotel Arts. Now, I've been doing a lot of transfers and moving and everything else. It's been a lot of fun, but there's been a lot of work as well. So, what we're going to do, all right, we're going to try to tidy up a little bit. I'll put this in the oven and I'll clean it up a little later. The water's on to start boiling the eggs, or poaching the eggs. The toast is already, it's in the toaster. Reheat it when the bread's ready. And we're just about ready to plate. So this can be a super quick and easy breakfast.
Matt said he didn't know you worked with Jason Atherton. He says he looks like nice cooking.
No, I like Jason's cooking as well. He's good. Yes, it was fun. I remember Atherton walking into the kitchen. He would normally have dinner first, and then walk in, say hi to everybody, and then he would change, and then we would actually do service with him, and everybody would be shaking because they were terrified of him, because this is, you know, it's a different situation. Well, it's a different feeling when you're in England and when you're working in the kitchen than in other places, because the chef is literally the boss in the kitchen, literally. And if you work in a British kitchen, you know what I mean. For those that haven't, well, you need to experience it, because it's completely different than in the US or anywhere else. What do I need? Eggs. Oh, eggs. Okay. So the other thing is, here in Europe, for anybody living in the US that's watching, the eggs, as you can see, are not kept in the fridge. Yes? Because here in Europe, they don't bleach the eggs. They don't clean them. They take them literally from the farm, and they package them, and they give them to us. So they still have a protective coating on the egg that protects them from the bacteria. And to be honest, you don't hear about people getting like salmonella or E. coli poisoning. You do in the US a lot.
The thing is,
Like, I got so used to like putting them in the fridge. I still do put them in the fridge now, actually. I know they say you don't have to if they haven't been scrubbed, because they've got the natural protection on the outside, but I do tend to put my eggs still in the fridge. Just a habit.
So, the water's almost up to temp. So now, to make things just easier for everything to work faster and everything to be easier, I'm going to take a little bowl or a ramekin, and I'm just going to crack the egg into the little bowl, and then we're going to add the egg to hot water, not directly in it, because otherwise it's going to be a mess. Now, anyway, if the water evaporates, add a little water to the bowl if you need to. And with a whisk or with something, you need to start spinning the water. You can also add a little bit of vinegar if you want to help with the cooking process. This is more important when you're using, say, quail eggs, or when you're making a lot of eggs together in a bowl. This is another trick for another video, but what you do is you pour a little bit of, vinegar here with a bunch of eggs, and they will separate themselves with each other. So it'll be much easier to cook this, but since we're doing one by one, it's not very important today. Okay, well, shouldn't be using that anyway. Now, the important thing is, you want it at a boil or a strong simmer, and you want to add it in the middle. And while that's cooking, we're going to do the other one. So if anybody has any questions, no? Everybody's very quiet today.
They're just enjoying watching you.
Alright,
Well,
well, that's nice.
Other than Eggs Benedict, let's put the question out there to everybody in the chat. Like, what's your favourite way to eat eggs? Including Miriam and Elizabeth. What is everybody's favourite way?
wait now.
No?
That little bit of a delay there.
A little bit. Alright, just tidying up, because I
I
don't
do
like
love
a
poached
dirty
eggs
kitchen.
myself, though. I think it's kind of like one of my favouriteest ways to have them. Tortilla Española, Crypto
yeah.
says there.
Yes.
In fact,
I made one
I don't know if
today.
I can show you, but like, here we go. There's a Spanish omelette that we had earlier, and it was absolutely delicious, made by James as well.
I caramelize the onions. That's the secret to making a Spanish tortilla, if you're using onions. But there's a lot more versions than just one. Alright, so after about 30 seconds to a minute, more or less, however, depending again on how you like your egg, I like mine a little runny, and I'm going to be making a lot. I'm going to take this out, yes, and if you want to make it nice, you need to clean up the residue, and that's it, pretty much. I'm going to do it again and make the other egg, and then we'll plate. And I'm still getting used to this kitchen, because this is only like, we've only been here for a little over, 2 weeks now, and we've been cooking a lot, but Every kitchen is a little different.
So Margaret's make and bake. I've got half of them now. So, eggs are so versatile, but she does this dish with spinach as well.
Oh yeah, no, spinach goes good with it.
And Matt says huevos rancheros.
Oh, my dad has a good recipe for huevos rancheros.
I've never had huevos rancheros. No.
Well, I'll have to make it. Alright, forgive me for the bread. The bread's a little small, this baguette. It's a skinny baguette. Well, we'll make a little one, yeah? Alright, I'll try to make something nice today. No, huevos rancheros, that's very, very common in the Southwest. We used to have this on the menu for all the time. It goes very well. I enjoy it a lot with red and green chili salsa. And we used to make our own chili sauce as well.
So both Miriam and Elizabeth went with huevos rotos.
Yeah, well, and that means literally broken eggs, which are literally broken eggs.
Which is the best way that I can do.
Aye. Huh?
I'm always breaking eggs.
Yeah.
What's this one? Huevos rotos?
Huh?
What's the name for it? The huevos rotos and what's the other one?
Oh, see. No. Sí.
Huevos estrellados.
See. Yeah. No, but eggs are very versatile. They're very easy to make anything out of.
He says hi,
Hi.
Did it suddenly get warmer in that kitchen?
No. Alright, so second egg is about done. Now the trick to doing this, if you want to make it nicer normally in the kitchens, is you put the eggs in an area that you can drain them first or dry them off, yes? And then you can use a little bit of paper towel or anything to, well, dry them off. And you can't see this on the camera, can you? No. Wait a minute.
Is there any way, I don't know, she's probably your camera better than me, but like, just take the exposure down, like at the stop or so?
The exposure?
Mm-hmm. It's like really bright.
Oh. Give me a second, huh? Give me a second. Say so you can talk to them. Oh, it is bright, isn't it?
It's just on the eggs, I can't see the eggs.
Which is like...
Darn. Oh, it's a little high for me. Wait a minute.
Yeah, James is like 4'3", and we've got...
No.
We've got...
Alright, is that better?
So it needs to come down and probably another stop.
Another?
Yeah.
Better?
Getting there. I can see the eggs a bit more better. We'll do
More?
it. No, we'll leave it there. It's hard to get...
Do you want me to turn the light off? Is that better?
On the...
On the hood?
You got the light on?
Now I do.
Oh, no, it'll probably...
Now it's off.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
better?
Yeah, there.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's better.
Go one stop up on your camera again now.
Okay, one stop back
There you
up
go. This
on
is
the camera.
you're getting to see the magic behind
Yeah.
like video making at the same time. Okay, that'll do. Now I can see the egg yolks as well as the egg whites. Yeah, much better.
Okay, so we'll turn that off. Put this off to the side. Aye.
And Matt was saying Scotched eggs have become very popular lately in the UK. Haven't they always been?
Oh, they have,
really
haven't
popular?
they?
Is it because of your video, Matt? Has everyone gone crazy over Scotched eggs? Is that what it's all about?
I used to make, it wasn't a Scotch egg, it was a type of Scotch egg, but it was a duck egg, really. It was nice. And instead of actually making a Scotch egg, I need a little bit of paper towel. Can somebody hand me a little bit of papel? A little bit.
No, you can go to the camera now. You're
Yeah, gracias. This is just to take off the excess water because you don't want this on the bread. We use a lot of paper towels in the kitchen. A lot. A lot. Okay, so.
BT says the presentation is marvelous.
Oh, thank you. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, we're still trying to fix things as we go at the moment. Like, so getting used to the new location, but yeah, we'll get
Getting used to everything because right now.
We'll get there.
Aye. Right now, everything is a little confusing because everything is a little disorientating. All right, so good.
Yeah, we're good.
Right. So we're going to take a little bit of jamon serrano. It's a good idea to take this out of the fridge earlier, just so it's at room temp. but if it's cold, it's easier to take off the plastic. We're gonna make a little. If anybody can hear the neighbors outside, it's a pueblo. We live in a little town, so forgive me, but the walls are a little thin. You're gonna hear the dogs barking, the neighbors screaming, things like this. Things like this. All right. Yeah. Now there's a little trick. And the other little trick, whenever you're using the base, you want to make a little hole for the eggs, whatever you're using, whether it's spinach or ham or whatever. I think that'll work. Okay, so the presentation for the other video for the crab's Eggs Benedict was much nicer. Yeah, it was much more elegant.
I forgot to ask, what's the timing on your poached eggs normally that you go for?
I do it by eye.
Okay.
Well, no, it's about anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No. That's too long. Unless you want a hard egg.
I'm paranoid about eggs.
No.
You can eat a raw egg, right?
Yeah, but no, I don't. Well, technically these eggs are not fully cooked. No. Huh? Yeah, but here's the trick. I add eggs to vinaigrettes. I add egg yolks to vinaigrettes to thicken it because eggs are an emulsifier, right? But you have to add some sort of acid, so either vinegar or acetic acid, to, well, technically, they say it doesn't kill the salmonella, but nobody's ever gotten sick that I know of. I mean, there are cases that people do get sick from it, but the general rule of thumb is people don't get sick. Caesar dressing is made with eggs.
Well, I always eat cake batter. And like that, I always eat the cake batter. Every time I make cakes, chocolate cake, that's just raw eggs, right? Raw eggs.
I eat cookie batter.
Yeah, but that's
cookie dough.
That's just raw eggs.
Yeah, it is, but it's frozen too. Especially if it's frozen, that's a little better. So,
hey, Michelle Adams Makinson.
Hi, Mom.
Looking great.
Oh, thank you. Well, next time we're going to tweak things so it's a little better. All right, so now I'm just going to pour a little bit of Hollandaise on. Now, it doesn't really matter, again, the poaching process. You can use a hard poached egg, a light poached egg, it doesn't really matter, whatever you want. Me, I like nice soft poached eggs because then they're runny. And we're going to add a little bit of, we're going to add some chives.
Your mum said you came on early today.
No, it's 5 p.m. Well, my time, 5 p.m. And it's a little different back home.
It's only 6 now, yeah?
Is it?
Yeah, 5 to 6.
My goodness, time goes by quick. Okay, so, well, it's a good thing that we did something easy today because the last video was a little long, wasn't it? I know, I wanted it to be an hour, but I got carried away. Okay, well, something easy, yeah? Something simple, something easy. You can do whatever you want with the, well, I was going to say cebollino, but with the chives.
Cooking Zara says hello.
Hello. No, and next time, guys, I mean, if you want, right now would be a good time to tell us ideas for next time, because we're going to be doing this again, and, well, this helps having a few ideas, doesn't it?
Yeah, just drop some suggestions. What would you like to see? I mean, we don't just do everything Spanish or things like that. Obviously, This is a good old worldwide classic, but yeah, let us know.
It is,
let us know.
with a little bit of a Spanish twist.
What would you like to see?
Yeah, so anyway, guys, this is a very easy and simple dish. Forgive me, it's not very pretty right now. It's tasty, but it's not pretty, yeah? Huh?
Would you slightly flip towards that camera just a little bit? There we go.
More?
Tilt the plate a bit.
Jim, yeah, it's a little hard. Yeah, the salt, it's a little difficult.
That's good.
See? All right. So anyway, guys, again, if you want to make what is it, eggs Florentine or Royale, you can do this as well. If you want to add a little bit of smoked salmon, I mean, it makes a very easy breakfast. And trust me, eggs, this with smoked salmon, a little bit of creme fraiche. Woo, this is a very good breakfast, very tasty if you don't want to go with ham or meat or anything.
Your mom just sent you a super chat.
Oh, thank you all. Yes, thank you, Mom. Yeah, no, this is something else. So, Jim, you want to talk about that with the super chats?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's one thing we was going to do. We'll have it ready for like not next week, probably the week after when we do when we do the next one. So we're going to turn off the super chats in these live streams because we realise that like YouTube does take quite a hefty cut out of those super chats. So we wanted to make sure that James gets more of that than YouTube. Really,
it takes almost about. Well, last time it was almost 50%.
So yeah, they are quite ruthless. Is all Google and YouTube. So like next time we're on, I'm going to make sure that you guys have a link that I'll put in the chat, and it'll be like down in the description. And then any tips and any support will go directly to James, and that that's very much appreciated. Thank you.
All right. So guys, this has been for me. It feels like it's only been 20 minutes, and it's been an hour, hasn't it, Jim?
It's been an hour. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So,
I was just reading what they were saying.
So, anyway, guys, we're gonna end right now. But thank you very, very much for stopping by and for supporting me for the past year and a half. It's been a great help. And with Jim, he's golden. Seriously, he has helped me a lot. Trust me, he's helped me a lot. Yes, as well as with 2 live videos and everything else. Again, if you guys ever on Twitch or Discord or anything like this, for those who are gamers, check out Jim's channel down below. I left a link in the description, and mine as well. Please subscribe to my Twitch account as well, because I have 0. Jim's the only follower right now. So I'm trying to build this as well and get both platforms going. And now that we're sorted, now that we're settled, we're going to be we're going to be more consistent, because this past few weeks have been, especially for my birthday, utter chaos with the house and moving, and this move has taken 6 months, so I've been moving back and forth to different places. It's been total chaos. Anyway, guys,
one last thing before we
so the chat seems to be going with paella is the majority vote.
No, this is good. This is easy.
You like paella, yeah?
Yeah, no, paella is good. All right, real quick though, what type of paella? Because there's a bunch of paellas.
No fish.
No fish. Okay.
James can't eat fish, guys. So
no. I can't eat shrimp.
Okay.
No, well, I'll tell you what. Next time we can either do a vegetarian paella, or we can do a paella de las montañas, chicken paella. We'll do a chicken and rabbit paella. We can do an easy paella. Yeah. It'll be.
No chorizo like in the UK.
No. It doesn't have chorizo. So it's just chicken, rabbit, a little bit of rice, marca or sofrito, and that's it. It's a very wholehearted, easy thing to make for Sunday brunch and everything else. So paella, guys, that's good.
I'm up for that.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, make sure that you if you're not following, I guess you're following, but yeah, make sure you got your the most important thing is to make sure you got your notifications turned on, because so then you won't miss that. But also follow James on Instagram, because he always puts up. He always puts up like the times, like the world times when we're going to do these, and he'll give like a week's notice in advance. But yeah, all being well, we should be back on in 2 weeks from now. Yeah.
Everything goes well, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and of course next week will be another video. I'll make another one, but I'm always open to suggestions, at least as long as this within this moderate. It's not like beef Wellington, because we need to start supporting the channel a little more for that. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out Jim's channel and thank him as well. And literally thank you for everything so far this past year and a half. Until then, take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye, guys.